A year ago, you took office and you outlined a series of bold steps on immigration reform.
Yes.
So can you tell us whether you've accomplished some of those administration's goals, and where do you see yourself this year going forward with immigration? What are your expectations?
So it was one of the first things we did as an administration, which is to send a bill up to Congress for immigration reform, for a pathway to citizenship. We feel very strongly about this.
They sound so stupid with the masks on. So the plan is amnesty. Oh, good. Joining me now to talk about that, she's running for governor in the state of Arizona, a state I used to reside, Kari Lake. Kari, that sounds like a great immigration plan. Let's just give them all citizenship. It'd be fine.
By the way, I agree with you with the stupid masks. I didn't hear a thing she said, but, their whole plan for citizenship is just open the borders, broadcast to the world to come to our country, whether you're legal, not legal, a criminal, a terrorist, and we're feeling the brunt of it right here, Jesse. So this is absolutely horrible what's happening. Arizona is ground zero, and that is why one of my top policies is our border policy, which is called Defend Arizona. And we need to defend Arizona. We're in the middle of an invasion right now, thanks to Kamala and Joe.
Can you describe for people, see, I've lived most of my life on the border, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Can you describe for people who don't what it is like as a border state? What is it like down there in Yuma? What is it like down there in Sierra Vista? What's it like down by the border?
I saw some video recently from Yuma. Just a regular resident took it. Just people coming across illegally, just running through the neighborhoods trying to escape apprehension by Border Patrol. And truly, I don't even know why they were running, because even if they are apprehended by Border Patrol, they're processed and they're set free. And it's just shocking what's happening. More than 2 million people came across last year that were apprehended. And that means the ones that we've caught and know about. And the numbers are astronomical. I think the government said 400,000 gotaways, but I've talked to people who work the border who say the gotaways are probably in the millions upon millions that are just free to roam. And how do we ever track these people down? And just as disturbing as that, Jesse, it's the drugs coming in, the fentanyl, tons of fentanyl coming in via Mexico into Arizona, but it's all originating in China. And this is China's way of ruining this country, of poisoning this country and ruining our youth and causing unnecessary death through drug overdose. And somebody needs to stand up to it. President Trump was doing just that. And now that he's not in office, we need to step up and say enough is enough. And I'm a mom, I'm a former journalist. I've had enough of what I'm seeing here in Arizona, and we're going to stop it. We're going to stop it.
Can you explain this fentanyl drug cartel connection? Because I think this misses a lot of people. They hear about fentanyl, they hear about overdoses, they hear about these things, but they don't make the China connection where all this crap is coming from.
Yeah, it's a synthetic, I guess you could say, opioid meant to mimic heroin, but it's way more potent. I mean, just a tiny bit of it inhaled can cause severe damage or even death. And we've seen it as a reporter. I remember covering stories where a kid would get their hand on one of these counterfeit pills that is made with fentanyl, made to look like the real stuff that you might get prescribed by a doctor. And they take one of them, and because it's mixed so rudimentary, in rudimentary factories and such, one pill can truly cause immediate death. And we're seeing that over and over. Add to that the way we've addressed COVID, where we've got kids who are dealing with severe depression, suicidal tendencies, and then you throw a bunch of illicit drugs like this into the mix. It's a recipe for disaster. We saw more overdose deaths because of COVID than at any other time in our history. So it's a disaster, and it all comes in from China. They send it into Mexico, and then they send it right across the border. 40% of it's coming in through Arizona, and we don't want to be the pathway for drugs into this country. We don't want to be the route where they send children through traffickers into this country. It's wrong, it's immoral, and it's got to stop.
Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.